What's up, Visionaries?
It's Mel.
And it's Greg. And M.A.G. Visions is back today bringing y'all another video. Now, today's video, we have the mid-season, premiere of The Walking Dead. Season 9, Episode 9, Adaptation. Man, it was alright last night.
Yeah, it was alright. It wasn't like a exciting, I mean, I'm not saying it was an exciting episode, but it didn't start off with like a whole bunch of thrilling stuff happening. It pretty much was getting you caught up on where they left off. That's what last night was for.
Which was Season 9, Episode 8, Evolution.
Yeah. So
it starts off from there.
Yeah, it literally starts off from Jesus' death scene in the cemetery. That's where it starts off.
Okay, so they start off with Jesus' death scene. So basically picking up where things left off at. So,
yeah.
So, okay, you know Jesus is dead now.
Yeah.
He's done. His character is done. So, they find Eugene. Eugene is hurt already.
Yeah, so they're trying to find, literally they found their way out of the cemetery.
Right, that was the whole object of being in the cemetery in the first place, to find Eugene, because they were out there on a search party.
Right, and it went totally left. That's how Jesus got killed.
Right, so they leave out of the cemetery. They're going over to the bridge. They're trying to get back to Hilltop. So as they're trying to get back to Hilltop, it's Daryl, Aaron, Eugene, and I think that's it right there. Daryl, Aaron, and Eugene. And they have Jesus' body with them over the horse.
Over the horse. Yeah.
Right. So they're trying to get back to Hilltop. They come across like a, what is it? Like you said, like a bridge?
Like a, like a, what do you call it? Like a tunnel bridge.
Yeah.
I guess that's what you call it. Like a tunnel bridge. They come to the tunnel bridge, and I don't know, even something about the way they were standing there just wasn't.
Was like off, right?
It wasn't Walker-like. You know what I mean? So they started looking how we started looking at each other like, what the hell?
Right.
So that's when Daryl, like literally, he shoots the walker, and a real walker, you gotta take him out with, you gotta take him out with a headshot. So the walker just kept walking. So then he continues to shoot. He continues to shoot at the walkers, but he shoots this one walker, and it screams. Now we all know the walkers don't scream.
Right, they don't have reactions like that, which was actually pretty smart by Daryl, because think about it, you can't tell which is which.
And by the time they get close up on you, it's too late. So you need to see from a distance which one is who. So now they have found a new way to find out which one is a walker and who's a whisperer. Which one is real and which one is fake. And that was a good way to wean them out.
Yeah, like you said, you hit a human in his leg, a human is gonna scream.
You see, the other walker just kept coming like, whatever. Right. He just want that fresh meat.
Right.
But if you ain't a walker and you get shot in your leg, you're gonna scream just like she did.
Right. So as soon as they found out which one was walkers and which one's whisperers, you see the other whisperers, they pull out a knife. Pulls out a knife, he's like, okay, so it's more than one. So, they always travel more than one.
Yeah, I mean, if it's one of them, there's probably like 10 more to where they came from.
Right, so as this happened, Daryl shoots one, he kills one walker. I think Michonne kills one, and then they catch the girl.
Yeah.
So they catch the girl, she surrenders basically.
Yeah, because she's shot in her leg.
Right.
So they're like, oh wait, they take her back.
So she surrenders, they take her, they cut her mask off. They ask her, how many more of you? She says, it was only us out here, which is a lie. So they basically take her. They say, okay, take her. We're going to bring her to Hilltop. We're going to interrogate her. So they finally get back to Hilltop. When they get back to Hilltop, you already know what the scene is like.
First of all,
sees what's going on.
Everybody. Okay, let's start there. First, when they come back into Hilltop, you see everybody smiling at first, because I think they're like, okay,
the search party's back.
The search party's back. They found everybody. Then they look over at the horse, and they literally, first of all, they see the lady on the horse tied up. Like, who is this lady? Who is this girl? And then second, they also see that Jesus is dead across the horse, and then everybody's faces just changed. Even the little kids. Did you see the little? Yeah. Even the little kids was like horrified because he's now dead, and he was their leader.
So it's like when you see Jesus' body, things are going to change now in the Hilltop, because you're like, okay, who's going to be our leader now? So basically, they looking at Tara. They tell Tara, what is the lady tells Tara, like, everyone's going to be looking at you now. Everybody's going to be counting on you to lead us. Yeah. So it's like, you can really tell Tara doesn't want to do it, but she promised Jesus that if anything happened...
They talked about this before. They
literally
talked about this before he left.
They did.
And not saying that he, foreseen his death or anything, but he talked about it before, he left out.
I think he was just preparing, like, Tara, like, if anything did happen, he trusts her, because, I mean, she was with him the longest. Like, she's been there the longest. So it's like, if something happens to me, you're second in command.
Yeah.
So now, Tara's first in command, that she has to take over now. So, as you see, everybody's kind of like in disarray. They're kind of like...
They're on edge.
Right, because they're like, our leader's basically gone
and hurt, and I mean not hurt, dead. But so you see Michonne, who don't play. You see Daryl, who definitely don't play.
Yeah,
they go down there and they start asking the questions. How many of you is it? You know, did you guys stalk us out? Like, you know, do you guys know about this? You know, do you know about Hilltop? And she kept saying, no, I don't know anything. No, I don't know anything.
You know that's a lie.
I don't believe her. And I don't believe it's 10 of them. I believe there's way more than 10 of them.
Yeah.
I don't think it's literally, wasn't it like 10 of them standing under the bridge? That was like, well, I'm going to say probably like 7 or 8. It's more than 10 of them. That's what I do know.
It's more than 10 of them. So he's asking her, the girl, well, her name's Lydia.
Right.
So she's in the same cells that Henry is locked up in, just in a different cell.
Yeah.
So Daryl comes down. So Michonne is like basically look at Daryl. She's like,
do what you need to do.
You know what you need to do. Go ahead and do it.
Child or no child, she's the answer to tell us what's going on with these whispers.
Right. And you know she's lying.
Do what you need to do. So
Daryl pulls out his knife. He goes in. He does this thing that Daryl does. He starts yelling at her. He puts the knife right up to her face. Mm-hmm. He says, how many of you is it? And she say, it's just me. It's just like maybe like 10 of us. Okay. You know that's a lie right there.
No, remember she said first, you killed all of us on the bridge. Do you remember? That's what she said first.
She did say that.
Then when she got scared because he got aggressive with her, she changed it to, that was all of us. That was all, whatever she said, whatever way she worded it, literally lets you know there's more of them out there. She's lying.
Right. And she basically told Daryl that her mom is basically like the leader of the whole Whisperer group. Like,
yeah. So well, basically she didn't say she was the leader. She just said her mother's not to be played with.
Yeah, that's true right there.
She didn't say she was the leader. She just said, my mother is not to be played with. You should be glad that you didn't come across my mother, is what she said.
So, okay. Do you think Daryl, like, if Henry wasn't in there, what do you think Daryl would have did? You remember Henry is the one that stopped Daryl from doing, but I think basically like harming
you know Daryl played him, right?
Played Henry?
Yes, he played him because he know he would be able to confide in girl. I don't know if he thought it was going to be payback that fast, because he literally, as fast as he walks out, she tells him her name.
Yeah.
She tells him, you know, thank you. And, you know, like basically she confides in Henry because she trusts him because he's no threat to her. So.
And Henry's like, he's still green. Like,
true.
Any girl that's his age that he sees at like a camp or like out in like the woods or something,
yeah,
he's open already. Think about it. When he first came to Hilltop, who did he ask about? Is Enid going to be there? Is Enid going to be there, Mom? Yeah, Enid's going to be there. Now that he see Enid messes with Alden now,
he has no chance.
Yeah, it's like okay, Enid doesn't like me. She has a boyfriend. So this new girl here, she basically said thank you. That's all you have to say to him. All you have to do is say hello, Henry. He likes you. Am I right?
Yeah, that's about right.
So basically, she tells him thank you, whatever, and the whole time that they're talking, trying to build like a little buddy relationship,
a little rapport.
Who's outside listening above the window?
Daryl smiling because he done got all the information he needs to get. Well, not only that, he'll be able to get more because now she trusts him.
That's one of the smartest things. That's one of the smartest things. That's what I said.
He literally thought strategic on that one. He didn't think like
he kind of set it up.
Yeah,
he set it up to be like, think about this. She's gonna put trust in Henry. Think Henry saved her basically. Yeah. So he's like, okay, she's gonna talk to Henry. She's not gonna talk to me, but she's gonna talk to Henry. Let me see what she says to Henry.
He was really strategic with that one.
Yeah, he was good with that one.
He was good with that one.
Okay, now cut to the next scene. You see the next search party. It's Luke and Alden's out there.
Right.
Luke and Alden, they're basically out in the woods searching around, just like looking around, I guess, basically. So, Luke says to Alden, I can't wait till the fair comes.
Right.
The fair is going to be.
He was excited about the fair.
Yeah, it's going to be a good fair. It's going to be good for all the communities to try to basically get back together.
And music.
Right. He's a music teacher.
And I'm guessing the guy, what's his name? Alden is a music lover also, because it's kind of like their connection that they have. They kind of build a connection for the music.
They're building a friendship because I bet they're both like musicians, because Alden says to Luke too, then he said you should play at the fair.
Right.
And then Luke says to him, Alden says, well, I actually did some singing. I used to do a little bit of singing, so, maybe you play and I sing.
Right.
So it's basically like a duo. They have like a duo together, like a music group.
They ended up being the second search party
that goes out? They were the second search party. They're
actually the second search party that goes out looking for the first search party.
Right. So they're out. So as they're talking, they stumble upon walkers. Well, they actually see a herd. They hear a noise. Alden grabs it's actually Luke that has the binoculars. So Luke looks off. He's looking through the woods, and he sees a herd. So he tells Alden, there's a herd over there. So, okay. He sees a herd, so he's looking, and he's like, I don't know. Maybe we have to stay out here all night, or do you think, we can make it back before they surround us? We get surrounded, we have to be out here all night.
True.
So it's like, Luke says, Alden, she'll call, man. Like, whatever you want to do. So basically, he's like, okay. I guess Alden said, all right, let's try to make our way back, because they try to make it back.
Yeah.
So as they're walking through the woods, they're walking, and all of a sudden, you look up, you see a walker just standing there. Okay. When walkers see humans, what do? Attack, right?
And it was the same demeanor from the tunnel bridge, the tunnel bridge. It was the same. It was, I don't know, it was the same. It's like, you're like, okay,
this is kind of creepy.
This walker is a little off, or is it a walker?
Yeah. So they're both looking.
And then you forget, some of them know about the walkers, but they haven't had a chance to share it with everyone yet. So everyone doesn't know about the new whisperers. I said the walkers, the whisperers.
So Luke and Alden, they look up, they see one whisperer just standing there, and they're looking, they're like, okay, that's like weird. It's just standing there. Yeah. Like, that would creep you out.
It's not scared. It's just standing there.
So all of a sudden, they start to look up, and they start to look around them, and as they look around them, they're surrounded by whisperers. All in a circle. Yeah, just standing there.
I think that happened further along in the episode, but what I'm saying is they still, I'm not even sure, do they know about the whisperers? I don't remember.
I don't think so.
Because some people, like we said, some people know about the whisperers and some of them don't. And I think there are don't, because you can tell by the way they're looking at them, like, what is going on here? Like,
right. So basically the whisperer holds up the shotgun and says, this isn't your lucky day.
This isn't your lucky day. And we all know, first of all, that the whisperers, they can talk. Walkers cannot talk. So that probably freaked them out in the first place. But what we also have to touch on is that Eugene, once again,
oh my God, Eugene,
tried to confess his love to Rosita.
Why? I mean, okay.
Because it's the end of the world, really. And if you don't do it then, when are you going to do it?
Yeah, true. But if you think about it, he's had numerous chances to do it. And now, do you think he's doing that because he thought he was going to die?
No, I think he really legitimately.
You think he really likes her?
I think he legitimately likes her. But okay, when he was about to tell her, first of all, she ran out. So I'm thinking, oh, maybe she's running away from Eugene. No, she's running outside to throw up. Okay, right. That's fine.
Okay.
So as she's throwing up on the ground, she throws up. What's his name?
Sadiq.
Sadiq comes out and he says, "Are you okay?" And she says,
"Oh my goodness,"
threw me way left.
Yeah, I wasn't ready for this at all.
She says, "You remember that time when we messed around before me and finally
Gabriel?"
I said, "Look."
We both looked at each other like,
Rosita is out here thotting and bopping.
Moving, boy. She moving. Gabriel,
she is thotting and bopping.
Sadiq, like. Goodness gracious, like
Rosita is okay. She's getting. It's the end of the world. I guess she getting her, and she literally. I haven't never seen her say she's really been in love with anybody, probably except for Abraham. And I'm not even sure if she was really. No,
she loved Abraham. It's just Abraham loved somebody else. Okay. That's what it was. So and basically, Abraham told her, when I seen you. I basically thought you were the last woman on earth, so I just,
And that's messed up in itself. So I think it kind of messed with her head, and she turned the love part off, and she's just lusting,
right.
Well, so that was something that was thrown into the mix. It was he tried to confess, but I forgot to say this part too. Eugene overhears her.
Oh, talking to Sadiq, so he's like. The look on his face is like
he thought he just had to get past Father Gabriel. Now he got to get past Sadiq
too. He has no chance. But do you really trust Eugene?
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, because he kind of had a look on his face like a look kind of like disgust of she messed with Sadiq. Oh no,
he was totally disgusted.
Like she messed with Sadiq, she didn't give me a chance. I
don't think anything's gonna come of it. I think he just doesn't have a good luck when it comes to love. Have we seen him in a romantic whatchamajigger since he's been on the show?
No.
I don't think with anyone. So I think he thought that Rosita was his. That's his chance.
Right.
You've been out there that whole time and you ain't got a taste of that pudding. You want some pudding.
Hey, wouldn't everybody though? Just saying though, but hey, so now we get on to the next part, and I would say the next part, what would you say? The part about Negan?
Oh, well, we can touch on that too. We might not be saying in order, but this is all things that happened in the episode. Right. What part you want to touch on? He left. Start off with Judith.
Start off. you see Negan. He's climbing the fence. He's basically trying to get out of Alexandria. He's trying to escape, get out to the outside world.
Right.
So who comes running up behind him? Who do you think? Judith Grimes. And she's standing there with the gun pointed at him like, if you move, I'm going to shoot you.
I will shoot you. I think she said something like that. I don't know if those exact words, but she said something in that manner.
So so Negan, okay, he climbs down off the fence and he's like, okay, kid, like, you're not going to shoot me. You know what I mean? Like,
I don't know. I think if she wanted to, she would have.
Yeah, she would have. But in that situation right there, think about this. She's talked to Negan.
And then she's basically telling him as he's climbing the fence, go ahead. There's nothing out there.
There's nothing out there. Like, you're gonna hurt yourself. You're gonna hurt yourself when you go out there. There's absolutely nothing out there.
Then when he goes home, sweet home, what's there?
Nothing's there. I mean, but you kind of like, you got to think about it. If you're locked up like 6+ years, right? And you know, you have to see for yourself.
Yeah, because he said, yeah, you guys are flourishing out here. Like,
yeah,
you
guys, sees the progress.
Yeah, he sees the progress. So he basically goes to, you know, what is it?
With Sanctuary.
He goes to the Sanctuary. There's nothing there. His dead friend, what was he? I forgot what he said his friend was named.
I forgot what his name was.
Oh my God, and he said his name. He said, you know, his dead friend is, you know, there, so he basically kept him there. They were about to walk away. All the walkers were about to walk away, so he basically killed the other walkers to bring him back for company.
Yeah, I mean, like I say, he went back there because if you think about the Sanctuary, that was Negan's family.
True.
That was the only family he basically had left. So he goes back there, like you say, he sees his friend. His friend is no longer his friend. He's a zombie. So he tries to keep him around. I think he was going to stay there for a while to see if someone was going to return.
And then I think he starts thinking about what Judith said and also what Carl says. And he's like, I'm sorry, I changed my plans.
Yeah, like, I can't stay here.
He's headed back to Hilltop.
No matter what people say about Negan, Negan does not want to be alone. He doesn't want to be alone at all. So he's like, all right, no matter what, he needs people around him. Even though he was locked away for 6 years, he needs people around him.
Yeah.
So he makes his way back to Alexandria. So when he makes his way back to Alexandria, Judah sees him, and what does she tell him? Next time I see you, I'm going to shoot you.
And then as he's coming back on his motorcycle, after he says that part about what he says, I changed the plan, that he kills his friend. What does she do? She shoots at his bike. What he thinks she playing? That's Judith.
Right. So she shoots. He falls off of the bike. So he tells you, he's like, kid, you were right. There's nothing out there anymore. Like, so she's like, so are you on your way back to Alexandria? So he's like, I mean, yeah, like that's the only place where there's people.
They go back together, basically. Like, you know, they go together because where is he gonna go?
He's gonna go back to Alexandria, but there's no way I can see them letting him just roam around free like that.
I don't know. They're not gonna let him out the cell, I don't think.
I think they're gonna put him back in because even though you made your way back to like someplace you were locked up, people can't forget like what you did. Like, dude, you had sex slaves. You were taking people's wives. You were burning people, putting people in like ovens. You say you burnt somebody's face. You burnt Dwight's face like with an iron. Like, there's a lot of stuff that you did. So I don't see them like having this kumbaya moment with like Alexandria. I don't know.
And I'm like, I don't know. I know they say forgive, you know, because that's the, you know, what's a good thing to do, but that would be hard for me. I'm not there yet.
There's no way you can forgive him. Let him roam around Alexandria, and then he's a free man. What's going to happen if Maggie comes back and she see Negan is walking around as a free man and Michonne let him do it?
He's going to die, and maybe a couple of other people from stopping her from killing him might have to die because she's going to take out anybody that's in her way to get to Negan. And I totally get it. Like, I mean, I know they said what Carl said, everybody can work together, and that's true. We can all work together, but minus him. He got to go.
Yeah, he has to go.
He has to go. So I'm just curious to see where they're going to go from here because I think that's pretty much what happened on the episode last night. There wasn't really a lot to cover. There really wasn't a lot to share. It just was, they pretty much left off from Jesus' death scene and told you, you know, led you up to what happened last night. It wasn't a lot of, you know,
a lot of action happening.
Or like, a lot of, you know, oh, we got to remember this happened.
They basically tying up loose ends from episode 8.
Exactly. That's exactly what they were doing. Tying up loose ends from the last season. I mean, the last episode. So
right. So I don't know. We're gonna see what they're gonna go do with episode 10 next week. So I guess that's it for today's video. Let us know what you think about in the comment section about last night's episode.
Did you guys enjoy it, or you think you need more action, or what did you think about it?
Right. But remember to subscribe, leave a like on the video, and remember to leave our comments down below.
And we will see you next time.
We out.